Magia Magia, 1991, is Shakira's debut studio album released by Sony Music Colombia when the singer was just 13. The album, a collection of pop ballads, contains some songs written by Shakira at the age of 8 and resulting from her early experiences with love, dreams, and stories about life. Named Magia Magic, this debut featured songs the young Shakira had penned since childhood, showcasing early songwriting talent. Although she gained attention with live performances, the album sold fewer than 1,000 to 1,200 copies. The commercial failure devastated the teenage artist, but it demonstrated her prodigious talent and determination to control her artistic vision even at such a young age. Peligro Peligro is the second studio work of Shakira, and it was released on March 25, 1993 through Sony Music Colombia. The album, one of those where the themes go from love to heartbreak, gets musically driven by rock guitars, acoustic pianos, and saxophones. Named Peligro, Danger, this sophomore effort showed artistic growth but similarly failed commercially, selling poorly and leaving Shakira discouraged about her music career. These early failures, however, taught Shakira valuable lessons about artistic control and the importance of finding her authentic voice. Pies Descalzos. This is the album that broke Shakira internationally in Latin music circles. After 2 local Colombian albums, this was her first released on a major label. The lead single, Estoy Aquí, reached number 2 on the U.S. Latin pop chart. The album went on to hit number 5 on the U.S. Latin chart and was a major success throughout the Spanish-speaking world. At age 18, Shakira finally achieved her breakthrough with this album, whose title translates to Bare Feet, White Dreams. Working with producer Luis Fernando Ochoa, she crafted a rock-influenced Latin pop sound that felt authentic and distinctive. Songs like Estoy Aquí, Antología, Pienso en Ti, and ¿Dónde estás corazón became massive hits across Latin America and Spain. The album sold over 5 million copies worldwide and established Shakira as a major force in Latin music, proving that her early failures were merely preparation for greatness. ¿Dónde están los ladrones? ¿Dónde están los ladrones is Shakira's 4th studio album, released on September 29, 1998. Her collaboration with producer Emilio Estefan and other prestigious figures, such as Luis Fernando Ochoa and Pablo Flores, aim to create more music than merely a successor to the successful album Pies Descalzos. Translated as Where Are the Thieves, this album represented Shakira's artistic peak in Spanish-language rock. The Latin pop album infuses elements of rock en español and Middle Eastern elements and produced extensive acclaim of its innovative sound and reflective lyrics. Songs like Ciega, Sordomuda, Ojos Así, Tú, and Inevitable showcased her poetic lyricism and genre-blending approach. The album sold over 7 million copies worldwide and earned Shakira her first Grammy nomination, positioning her for international superstardom. Laundry Service, Spanish Servicio de Lavandería, is Shakira's 5th studio album and her first album in English, released worldwide on November 13, 2001. But after the fine success of the album ¿Dónde están los ladrones?, Shakira was encouraged to record in English by Gloria Estefan. This bilingual album changed everything. Featuring hits like Whenever, Wherever, and Underneath Your Clothes, the album became a commercial success, topping charts worldwide and selling around 13 million copies by 2011. Whenever, Wherever became one of the biggest hits of the 2000s, nunned with its unforgettable Lucky That My Breasts Are Small and Humble lyric, and Shakira's belly dancing performance captivating global audiences. The album proved that language barriers meant nothing when music was this infectious and authentic. Fijación Oral, Volume 1. Fijación Oral, Volume 1 is the 6th studio album by Colombian singer-songwriter Shakira, released on June 3, 2005. But this Latin pop album followed her international success with Laundry Service and marks her return to Spanish-language music. The album was an instant smash and included La Tortura, a collaboration with Spanish singer Alejandro Sanz. La Tortura topped the Latin radio chart for a phenomenal 25 weeks and even peaked at number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100. A rare performance for a Spanish-language song. The album topped the U.S. Latin chart and reached number 4 on the Billboard 200, won the Grammy for Best Latin Rock Album, and sold over 4 million copies, proving Shakira could dominate both English and Spanish markets simultaneously. Shakira's second English-language studio album was another artistic triumph. Commercially, the album was less successful than Laundry Service, only rising to number 5 on the album chart. But the inclusion of a new single, Hips Don't Lie, turned it into a major hit all over again 5 months after the album's initial release. Hips Don't Lie, featuring Wyclef Jean, topped charts in 55 countries, including the UK Singles Chart and the US Billboard Hot 100. One of the best-selling singles of the 21st century, Fixation Oral Volume 1 and Oral Fixation Volume 2 sold combined copies of over 12 million worldwide. She-Wolf, Shakira's 8th studio album, She-Wolf, 2009, deviated from her signature Latin pop and pop rock styles, instead exploring the electro-pop genre. For her first studio album in 4 years, Shakira experimented with electro-pop to mixed success. She worked with producers The Neptunes, including Pharrell Williams. The title track, She-Wolf, showcased a darker, more electronic sound with its pulsating synths and robotic vocals. While some fans missed her rock roots, the album demonstrated Shakira's willingness to take creative risks. It performed well in Europe and Latin America, but peaked at only number 15 in the United States, considered a commercial disappointment after Hips Don't Lie. Sale El Sol Shakira returned to her Latin rock roots for the album Sale El Sol. It followed on the heels of Shakira's success with her World Cup song Waka Waka, this time for Africa. She introduced the sound of merengue to Sale El Sol and collaborated with rapper Pitbull. It was released to strong critical acclaim and commercial success. Sale El Sol returned Shakira to the top 10 on the US album chart while reaching number 1 in Spanish-speaking countries around the world. Nina Waka Waka, this time for Africa, became the official 2010 FIFA World Cup anthem and one of the best-selling singles of all time, with over 10 million copies sold. The album marked a successful return to form, blending her rock roots with contemporary sounds. Shakira, inspired by her relationship with Spanish footballer Gerard Piqué and the birth of their son, Milan Piqué Mebarak. Her 10th studio album, Shakira, was released in 2014. Imerte became her second consecutive diamond album in Colombia and debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200. It featured the top 10 hits Can't Remember to Forget You and Dare La La La. This self-titled album blended pop, rock, and country influences, featuring collaborations with Rihanna on Can't Remember to Forget You and Blake Shelton on Medicine. The album showcased a more personal, an introspective Shakira while maintaining her signature sound. El Dorado. Her 11th studio album, El Dorado, was released in May 2017 and became her 6th album to reach number 1 on the US Billboard Top Latin Albums chart. Its lead single, Chantage, featuring Maluma, became an international success and received a 16 times Platinum Latin certification from the RIAA. Chantage dominated Latin music, topping charts worldwide and becoming one of the most streamed Latin songs ever. When the album won the Grammy Award for Best Latin Pop Album and sold over 1 million copies, proving Shakira's continued relevance in an ever-changing musical landscape. Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran, Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran, Transl Women No Longer Cry, is the 12th studio album by Colombian singer-songwriter Shakira. It was released on March 22, 2024 through Sony Music Latin. The album was primarily inspired by Shakira's experiences surrounding her breakup from footballer Gerard Piqué. Primarily a pop record, it employs a diverse range of musical genres. The album features 16 tracks, 5 of which have already been released as singles. In addition to the previously released singles, the album also includes Shakira BZRP Music Sessions, Volume 53, and the collaboration TQG from Karol G's album. The Bizarrap collaboration broke 14 Guinness World Records and became a cultural phenomenon with its pointed lyrics about her ex. It debuted at number 1 on the Top Latin Albums and Top Latin Pop Albums charts, making Shakira the first woman with number 1 albums across 4 decades on the Billboard Latin Album charts. The album earned Latin Grammy nominations and won Best Latin Pop Album at the 2025 Grammy Awards, proving that Shakira could transform personal pain into triumphant art while remaining commercially dominant.